Okay, guys, this is a wake-up call to plumbers. This one's called The Ghost of Plumbers: Future, Past, and Present. I want to go over it real quick with you because I kind of see this clear as day, and I'm going to lay out 99% of the plumber's future coming. And forget about robots and everything else. You're going to get taken out way before that if you don't do this stuff. I have my own contracting business nowadays, done this stuff a long time, but when I was younger, I sold 23,000 alarm systems. And back then, it was a pretty good business to be in. There's about 14,000 of them, and equity began to buy up people. They went from about 14,000 to about 9,000 or something, I don't know. And then they kind of quit buying people in a small equity, then they went to mid-size equity, eventually they all ended up at ADT. I don't know what ends up with plumbers and HVAC. Does it all go to BlackRock or Vanguard or something? Who knows, long term. But I do know, and you know, that equity's buying up plumbers around. And it's worse than you think it is. So in the past, you could have been a plumber and you'd have been completely fine, and you just show up in ranking. You just show up because you got lucky to live in America and Google, and you're one of the first guys around. You're up in map ranking, you grow, and then you're like, uh-oh, it's going down in ranking. You work on it a little bit, and you kind of bounce around. You basically don't market. I've marketed my whole life. You guys don't market for the most part. You just kind of unintended beneficiaries, a little bit lucky, show up in ranking. And now today, if somebody starts up, it's a little bit harder, but they can get up in ranking. But if you've been around a while, they can start to go. Future. So what happens when a private equity owns one plumber in a market? Two plumbers in a market. You guys don't know, but every market has what's called vectors. And Google doesn't give you the whole pie at one time. They give you slices of the pie. I live in Dallas-Fort Worth, probably got like a dozen or 15 vectors, meaning you'd have to have that many locations to like dominate the whole market. Let's say 15. What happens when there's 50 plumbing owned, plumbers bought out by equity? Now, even equity companies are bad at marketing, if you ask me. I'm pretty rough on everybody because everybody's bad at marketing. They do a horrible job. I mean, basically don't do anything. Most people don't do it. I got a website up. It's like having your business card on a cork board of a donut shop, and you went around to 10 more in the 80s, and that was, you thought was good marketing. So people don't do anything. Put up a cheap website. They go up and down. They can't stay consistent. They don't do stuff even, hardly ever. Really bad website, get reviews, help show up in ranking. And equity's better than that, though. They are a little better than that. Most of them are bad at it too, but they kind of figure it out and keep going for it. They don't just throw their hands up and stop for 4 years like an average plumber would do or something, or never do it, or get one bad marketing agency and stop. That equity will keep going at it. They're pretty pragmatic. And so once there's 75 plumbers owned by equity companies, or even 50, the Pac 3 map ranking's gone. And anybody that was up there, if you had some nepo baby plumber, dad passed it on to the son and grandson has it now, and they haven't sold to private equity yet, they're still up in ranking. But if you want to talk about, some guy getting started, I mean, it gets bleak. And a lot of people, when I say stuff like this, I can tell they'll just like, it's not time to give up. It's time to get serious. You can get going right now. There's not enough private equity in every market. But when I was younger and started in doing digital marketing in the early 2000s, Google Local did not start till '05. When that started, you could find Chuck in a truck and get a better deal. Some of the plumbers and HVAC and other contractors began to market, and all the really good deal guys disappeared. And those guys are still going to this day. This is the next leg of that happening, and it's happening in real time. I predict it within 10 years, it's done. Before the Tesla bot turns the wrench and they changed state law to allow a robot to be a plumber. Before that happens, you're out of business anyway. And you're not out of business. You're hustling. So what's left? Oh, the consumer can feel there's a weird change in the air. Everybody's using Service Titan. They don't even give you an ABC choice anymore. They just gig you clean because the next guy's going to gig you too, because all the private equity's up in ranking. They can't find anybody else. Looks like choices, but no choices, right? Just like our food supply. And so there you are, and you're either going to work for private equity if you don't learn how to market, You're going to work for private equity, or you're going to go hustle, or you're going to market, of course, do your own damn thing, or you're going to go hustle for leads. Yelp, Home Advisor, Angie, Thumbtack, just this mosh pit pool of trash. The homeowner doesn't know what's going on. No way to figure it out, too. Who the hell would know, right? That it's all the same crud through private equity and different groups. Who cares? All through Service Titan, all getting the highest clip possible. All the deals gone. All the services up 50%. You unable to partake in the profits because you didn't market. You have time now. You have time to do it. All right, so I will go into a little piece of this with data pens and signaling. So why? Because time matters online. But that's not the only thing. So you start, your brand is a digital brand and begins to get credibility through digital brand signaling. As you get credibility through digital brand signaling, they raise you up in rankings. You've got to have a great user experience and website and SEO, but data pens will actually let you tag the geo coordinates where a job occurred. Hey, I did a Renai tankless water heater here. I did a Ream 50-gallon electric here. And as you're tagging them, it's literally tagging the tankless page to tankless, the tank page to tank, the hydrojet to hydrojet. It's tagging individual pages, raising your hand, validating work with geo coordinates, with schema code, with photos that are unique, with words that are redone with AI, with videos that go to YouTube, and we do Facebook posts with them. You're pinging your website, you're pinging your Google Maps. You're telling Google and the bots and the crawlers and AI about every job, whether they leave a review or not. And this content going up in that way continues to work on that brand. And you can get up in ranking because of that kind of stuff right now. And then they will continually give you more credibility as that brand deserves to, and you have tenure. So DataPens does that. You have to have the bones of traditional SEO. Digital marketing agency, plumbing webmasters combined with data pens, not some jackass telling you that he's gonna silver bullet or pixie dust pimp your bad website into top ranking. So we go through and do everything properly, understand Google Webmaster Guidelines, have specialty tools that aren't white labeled that we built from scratch like data pens, literally pioneered the technology. It's not hard though. It's tied into the brand, and when you do a data pen, it shoots out umpteen different ways to the individual page on the website, to your Google business profile, to your YouTube account, to your Facebook account. And then it gets spidered, crawled, and picked up. And so if I had to help you with that stuff, your digital brand, be serious, pay attention to it, have a good user experience, partake in macro things that exist that are still good. Like Yellow Pages bad, radio bad, billboards bad. But a website's not too old. Website good. GBP good. Updates and changes good. Google's Webmaster Guidelines doesn't like bad content. Blogs bad. So we help you with this stuff, and then you tag everything. Ignore social media entirely? Of course not. That's big. It's good. It's called third-party SERP signals to help bump your other rankings up. So anyway, love to help you with it, guys. So here's your wake-up call. Here's your warning. The ghost of Christmas future. It's coming, and it's not going to be stopped. And if you'll, get off your thumb and go hard right now and work on it, you'll show up in ranking and you'll dominate. I want to give a positive piece of it. There's still time, but there won't be time in the future. You'll have to go do something else, or you'll just make your 175 and shut up. You won't be able to, once your ankles and shoulders and lower back give out, knees, you're not going to go graceful the way you could have in that scenario. And I know that sounds bleak, but name a home security company that's local anymore. You don't even think about it. AT&T, Ring, ADT, Brinks. There's barely anybody, and those guys don't make money. I'm from that industry. I used to make over $1 million a year doing home security. You're just a chump now because the big companies took over. Private equity consolidated it, and then bigger players got involved. And so that's what's going to happen. It's going to happen here, but you have time. Equity doesn't have such a stranglehold on it that you can't get up and running. So it's time to start this stuff now and get serious, or in 10 years, remember this video that you listened to. Positive part about it is you can get going. Get hardcore now. Use things like data pens. I do a lot of videos about data pens. I'm not going to go into how brilliant it is and what you can do. Private equity is not as smart as you think they are. They're not a bunch of Goldman Sachs boys in a room doing the smartest things possible. They're actually not doing a good job of marketing either, but they do better than you guys on average. So, but you can beat them. Doesn't cost an absolute fortune. You go in, you start signaling, multi-tiered signaling, things like we help you with it, plumbing webmasters, things we help you with the data pens, and then you signal better than anybody, and you solidify one of your spots in ranking on Google, on ChatGPT, on Claude, on Perplexity, and you take a spot and have a good life. It's not all, I mean, it will eventually just flat ass happen, and it's in process now. So guys, give us a call. This is your New Year wake up call, end of the year. And I'd like to hear from you. I work with hundreds of plumbers and roofers and HVAC around the nation, and I'd be happy to hear from you when you're ready. Give us a call.